let's see some example resumes and just I'll try to highlight few points which I'll be explaining it in a few other slides. Okay, so this is the example resume and the most common format of resume which I've seen, where you have a photo and all the contact details, and then you have the education and the skills, and then the profile, experience, and job title. Okay, the most common resume format which I've seen from almost everyone. But there is just one small thing which I would be little skeptical when a student puts the skills, okay, in the left bottom, but also the ranking of that skills or how competent that skill is to him. I really don't judge a person by what he puts, because a student's understanding of 4 on 5 on SolidWorks may not be the same of industry's expectations of 4 on 5 on SolidWorks. Okay, so that becomes a glitch. So that's the reason why this is something, when you see from a professional who's been working in an industry for 4 to 5 years or 10 years, when he puts this, we can have a confidence on him that okay, so he knows what the industry requires, and then he's putting 4 on 5, which means that okay, so he's very competent on those skills. When a student puts it, it becomes like a question mark from my point of view, that probably since you are not aware of what the industry standard is, I wouldn't actually take your skills with the word that 44 on 5, because 80% of the SolidWorks, which is industry standard. Okay, this is the regular format. You start off with a profile, and I'll give you like a couple of other resumes, and where you can also see the summary, the two-liner which I explained, right? So you'll also see just how it looks like, and then this goes in the reverse order. Experience starting from 2016 to present, 2011 to 2016, and 2010 to 2011. It goes in reverse order. This is a second resume, okay? Just as a rough, and this is a simplistic form of resume, not too fashion, okay, but it's not too clumsy, neat and crisp. You have the name header, okay, you have the objective. So he wants you to project engineering in the telecommunications field. Simple. By just taking it as resume, I know exactly what he's looking for. Not too complicated. Now he has put in education on the top, but most of them, they actually put, for someone with almost 7 years of experience, it doesn't really mind having putting education towards the end. Experience again, 2007 to present, 2005 to 2000, reverse order. Okay, and then the language again. So he has almost 7 years of experience, and he has filled that entire resume in one page. And I will try to ask you to just understand the first word of every line here. Okay, assisted in the design, performed quality control checks, provided support, okay, maintained accurate records. I just want to highlight certain things from this first word of every line, and I'll try to prove it to you why in few slides later. Then this is just from someone from a software engineering perspective. Summary: a software development engineer includes 4 years of this development in MS Office, expertise in so and so, okay, and solid background in the terminology of exceptional troubleshooting and training skills. He is just given what he knows, what he's expert at, and what he wants. Okay, and then he comes up with the experience of this is the company he's working for right now. This was his previous experience, and this was the education towards the end. Okay. And this is from a mechanical engineer. So for someone from mechanical engineer perspective, so skilled mechanical with 3+ years of experience in design and maintaining tools, processing systems and equipment. My expertise is to join TAC as a lead mechanical engineer. Okay, so again, the reverse order, and towards the end is going to be the education part. Okay? And then the additional skills. He hasn't highlighted what is his level of competency in those skills, because it really doesn't matter. This guy probably he still can, because he has 3 years of experience, but for when a student does that, it may not add so much of weightage as what the students think it adds. Okay. And then again, there are a few things which I would want to highlight: increasing the industrial output by 4%, okay, increased overall production efficiency by 14%. Okay, so again, the first word of these sentences. And last but not least, so this is the model resume of Elon Musk. And there are a couple of other variations which I saw on the internet, but this was the first thing which I saw a couple of years back. Okay, so again, if you see, he has a stellar reputation. Okay, stellar reputation. He has an entire resume filled with just one page. Okay? This is his one-page interest. That's it. Okay, his achievements and certifications, his skills and competencies, he hasn't graded it. and his work experiences or his project experiences for a student. Okay. Again, his header, which has got his email address, phone number, where he lives, his Twitter handle, and then this is the two-liner. Okay, the introduction part, he has mentioned it on the top. So any particular resume you take in at random, you are going to find these things. Okay, so now how exactly are you going to create an impact through that is what is going to be important.